Jessica from Astute Artistry.
And I'm Alea, the lash extensionist.
She is amazing at what she does. We have 2 lash extensionists here, and a lot of you guys have questions on what are lash extensions exactly. You want fuller, thicker lashes and everything. We have the offer for you. We have a lot of questions that you guys will be asking. So I have written them down on this sheet, and I'm just going to ask Alea to answer them for you guys. So, the first one is, what exactly are lash extensions?
Okay, so lash extensions are individual lashes placed on the top of your lash line, one by one.
Okay, and how many are applied exactly?
So the process is essentially, if you have a lash, you get a lash extension. If there's no lashes there, or if they're thinner, we can maximize the fullness with the diameter of the extension itself, but we can't apply them if they're not there.
So it depends on how many lashes you have.
Existing, yes.
Okay, so what are they made out of?
There are 3 different types. So we have synthetic, then we have silk, and we have the minks. So they go kind of up in the quality and the grade, the softness, and then we also have the subcategories of the diameters. So they start off millimeters, so 15 up to 25. So those are the thicker ones, the fuller ones that the girls love.
So if you wanted fuller, thicker lashes, you would go with the thicker diameter. You can't just get more lashes.
Exactly.
Okay, that makes sense. How much do these cost normally?
Normally speaking, we're talking about, depending on the client and what they want, conservatively from $150 and up.
Oh, okay. How long do they last typically?
Lasting is kind of a variant. So it's between, we're saying, from the lash growth cycle. So this is how we kind of taper it to each client. So the first initial consult is where we kind of get a gauge of what's going on with the client, and then from there we do fills. So you want to maintain your lash line. So they start growing out as extensions do, and then we just fill them in. So the process is from 2.5 to 3.5 weeks before you need that fill.
So what if you didn't get a fill? What would happen?
If you don't get a fill, it's a mess, ladies. So I do not recommend that. They just grow out from the lash line from where I place them, and they start doing things because they grow out differently in sporadic sort of patterns. So they could wrap around each other, they could get all crazy and go side by side. So they don't fan straight out after that process. You have to take them off and reapply.
So you couldn't just take them off at home, or?
It's semi-permanent. So if you take them off at home, it's not going to work well. You have to do a remover. So you have to come back in, sit with me for about 30-45 minutes max, and I remove them.
Can you wear mascara when you get these?
You can. You can purchase mascara. Some of the ingredients in normal mascaras aren't good for extensions, so we have it here.
Okay, so what would you recommend for the mascara?
The mascara that we have doesn't have tar in it, so that's the major component of something that's going to degrade the glue. So as long as you have extension safe mascara, then you're fine.
What if I wore contacts?
So contacts during the process of putting them on is not the best idea, because closing your eyes for an extended period of time will dry them. If you have to wear contacts and placing them in, it's completely fine and safe.
So and you're talking about when you're getting the extensions, or while you have them?
Both. So when you're sitting down doing the initial full set, you definitely can have them in. Most people, obviously can't see without them, so they need to be able to see when they're leaving. It's going to dry out the eye while I'm doing the process, since it's such a long process. So their eyes are closed for an hour and a half to 2 hours. So then after that, after that, it's a labor of love, and they look amazing. But after that, you essentially just need to be careful putting them in and out. Saline solution can irritate the extensions a little bit, but other than that, as long as you're not, messing around in your eye for 5 minutes, it should be fine.
Awesome. So I know that if you guys are watching this video, you guys know what lash extensions are probably, but we do get a lot of questions asking what the difference between lash extensions and individual lashes. So do you mind explaining that a little bit?
There is a major difference. So lash extensions are individual, like I said, on top of your existing lash. So individuals are like clusters. So it is one little bead, and extended from that there's like 5 sort of pronged lashes that are always synthetic that people adhere to the lash line itself, kind of where you place the liner. So we're not doing that process at all. It's not on your lid when you do extensions, it's on your lash. So there's a line of demarcation, meaning you'll see like that whole cluster sort of bead almost as they're applying them for individuals. For lash extensions, there's no way to tell that they're fake.
So basically, the individual lashes are like false lashes that you would buy from the store.
Exactly, and those are placed on the lid itself and not on the lash itself.
So these look more natural, basically.
Exactly.
So what about the the day of, like when you're coming in for your appointment, what should you do, and what about after? Like, what is the process of getting these?
Okay, so that's a great question, and I answer it 50 times a day. So hopefully listen really close. So you need to come with no makeup, liner, shadows, anything that's going to inhibit me from attaching them to your eye. And it's really good to do a toner on the lash line. It dries it out a little bit so the oil isn't on your lashes, so the glue can just adhere really fast. Other than that, no working out and no showering 24 hours after. I just say that as a precaution because I know when I work out I get really, really sweaty, and obviously what happens is the moisture won't allow the glue to cure. So the curing process is very important, the most important process. So you want to just do a relaxing evening after you get the lash extensions on, just to make sure that it's completely set and locked tight on there.
So just while the glue is setting, but afterwards
Exactly.
you can do whatever you want.
Whatever you want to do.
Does it really affect when you are doing anything else after they're dry?
No, after they're dry you can do whatever. I have clients that go on vacations, they swim. There's clients that do, gym every single day and they stay on. So semi-permanent means once they're on, they're there.
One final question, actually. When we were talking about mascara, how would you remove that? Because
Exactly. So you stay away from oil-based removers. So you don't do like the thick, creamy oil lay type things. So usually the washcloths are amazing, and then we have protein pad remover, so it doesn't have anything that degrades the glue. So you just essentially flip it kind of halfway, and you remove slowly. You don't like wipe back and forth like the windshield wiper, nothing like that. Just very slow, and it's a process of just getting to be more sensitive in your eyes.
awesome. Well, thank you so much for answering all our questions.
Sure.
We actually are going to be having a client for you guys, a before and after, so you can kind of get more in behind the scenes of a lash extension process and enjoy that, you guys.